Facing the clan leader's question, Xing Hongshan replied, "The Empress didn't say much. It seems like she's afraid of something. Her family was a relative of the sacred dynasty. Because of her potential, she was very close to the imperial concubines of the family." Hearing this, the elders fell into discussion again with all sorts of guesses. Xing Hongshan listened quietly, her thoughts elsewhere. She really missed Hanju after not seeing him for so many years. Thinking of their past interactions, the corners of her mouth couldn't help but curve up. 23 years passed. Hanju cultivated as usual. After breaking through to the rank 5 Immortal Emperor realm, his cultivation speed did not decrease. Instead, it continued to increase. Apart from the increasing amount of connate qi of the Buzhou Divine Flower, the stellar primordial body also absorbed negative karma faster and faster. The 36th grade reincarnation world destruction Black Lotus was like a cheat accelerator in the primordial world. Without it, Hanju's cultivation speed would at least be halved. On this day, a line of words suddenly appeared in front of him. Detected that your good friend Heavenly Emperor has sent you a dream. Do you want to enter? Dream? Hanju clicked his tongue in wonder. The Dao field was really impressive. It could even block the Heavenly Emperor's mystical power. Hanju silently chose to enter. Immediately after, he entered the dream realm and came to a forest. This was actually a small forest near the Jade Pure Sacred Sect. Previously, Hanju and the Heavenly Emperor had also met here. It seemed that he was also a nostalgic person. When Hanju saw the Heavenly Emperor, his image didn't change. The Heavenly Emperor sized him up and smiled. "It seems that you're living well in the netherworld." Hanju smiled and said, "No way. I'm just hanging on by a thread. Recently, the King of Hell caused trouble and I even relocated once." "Is that so? Then, why haven't you returned to the Heavenly Court?" Cough cough. "The Heavenly Court is fighting for Great Providence. It is truly dangerous." "Humph, you're right. It's indeed dangerous, so I didn't force you. In the entire Heavenly Court, other than you, no one has such privilege." "Thank you, Your Majesty." Hanju hurriedly bowed. He was sincerely grateful. The Heavenly Emperor had helped him too much. Among them, the Heavenly Cycle Body Tempering Technique had even helped him awaken the stellar primordial body and set his current foundation. Hanju suddenly asked, "By the way, Your Majesty, do you know Immortal Emperor Samsara?" The Heavenly Emperor narrowed his eyes. "Immortal Emperor Samsara, is he the one who gave you the inheritance?" Hanju shook his head. "Not really. I obtained it by chance." In other words, he had nothing to do with Immortal Emperor Samsara. The Heavenly Emperor smiled in satisfaction. "I was still worried that you would be abducted by him. I don't know much about Immortal Emperor Samsara. This person has attained the Tao for a long time and has always been very mysterious. He had been preaching everywhere and might be plotting something." Hanju asked in surprise, "Your Majesty has never seen Immortal Emperor Samsara?" "That can't be. I can sense that his aura is in the Heavenly Court. If he didn't say it, he would feel an irresistible itch." The Heavenly Emperor frowned. Hanju observed his expression. The Heavenly Emperor said angrily, "Tell me, who is it? You must know. Otherwise, you wouldn't have specially asked." Hanju hesitated. "You really don't know? I'm afraid of thwarting your plan and don't dare to say it easily. If it's part of your plan, I'll forget about it. I'll always be on His Majesty's side." The Heavenly Emperor glared at him. "What kind of image do I have in your mind? Do you think I'll lie? Tell me, I really want to know." To think Immortal Emperor Samsara is actually hiding in the Heavenly Court with ulterior motives. It seemed that the Heavenly Emperor really didn't know. Hanju said carefully, "It's D Tai Bai. He looks exactly like Immortal Emperor Samsara. When I cultivated Immortal Emperor Samsara's cultivation technique, I dreamed of his cultivation scene." D Tai Bai. The Heavenly Emperor frowned. He subconsciously wanted to say that it was impossible, but he stopped. If it was true, it would make him, the Heavenly Emperor, look stupid. He stared at Hanju and felt that he was not someone who would lie. He had watched him grow up. Thinking about it carefully, Di Taibai had indeed been hinting about Hanju's loyalty several times. If he was really immortal Emperor Samsara, there was indeed a motive for him to doubt him. The Heavenly Emperor was furious. In the Heavenly Court, he trusted Di Taibai the most, even more than the Divine General. Unexpectedly, Di Taibai, the Heavenly Emperor said, "Is that so? I did suspect his background, but he performed well, so I couldn't pursue it. The origins of the immortals of the Heavenly Court are complicated. I can't investigate the background of every immortal. They just need to be loyal to the court." Hanju couldn't help but feel deep veneration. As expected of the Heavenly Emperor. Such magnanimity, such vision. Wow! The Heavenly Emperor looked at him and his gaze softened. When Di Taibai asked if he wanted to become Li Daogong's disciple, the latter was beside him. Your answer was good. Hanju's attitude had clearly been leaning towards him, making him very glad. No matter how powerful Senior Li is, he's definitely not as powerful as you. I'd rather be your disciple, Hanju said seriously. This flattery made the Heavenly Emperor feel good. Of course. Although Li Daokong is powerful, he's not comparable to me, the Heavenly Emperor said proudly. Hanju couldn't help but be curious. The Demon Emperor, the Heavenly Tao Buddha, the Divine Palace Master, and Your Majesty are all existences of the same realm? That's right. Our cultivation has already reached the limit. We can only rely on the great providence of the immeasurable calamity to break through. The Divine Palace Master is so strong. Why did he let Senior Li escape? This is a restriction given to us by the Tao Ancestor. We can't attack existences with low cultivation levels. The immortal world will be destroyed if the four of us fight to the death. The Heavenly Emperor said these words very calmly as if he was saying something ordinary. Hanju was enlightened. No wonder. This was like the nuclear bombs in the modern world. There were powerful countries, but they wouldn't use it rashly. It was more of a deterrent effect. The Heavenly Emperor continued, I came to you this time because I have a fortuitous encounter to share. Fortuitous encounter? Hanju frowned instinctively. Fortuitous encounters represented danger. There's a mighty figure preaching the Tao outside the 33rd heaven. The various Providence factions can bring 3 disciples to listen to the Tao together. I plan to bring you, the Divine General, and Long Jun there. There's no danger in the Tao preaching this time. After the Tao preaching ends, I will send you back, the Heavenly Emperor said calmly. He saw through his thoughts and couldn't help but find it funny. 3 lines of words appeared in front of Hanju. Detected that the Heavenly Emperor has invited you to the Great Ultimate Hall to listen. You have the following choices. 1 times, if you refuse to go, you will lose a great opportunity. You can obtain a mystical power inheritance. 2 times, agree to go. You can obtain a great Tao fragment. The reward was close to nothing. Hanju didn't want to go, but the Heavenly Emperor kept staring at him, clearly hoping that he would go. The Heavenly Emperor said, this opportunity has nothing to do with the immeasurable calamity. You won't enter the calamity because of this. Everyone outside the 33rd heaven is a mighty figure who has achieved the Tao. The battle of the immeasurable calamity won't involve this. I want you to go. Li Daokong and Li Xianao must go too. During the preaching, the immeasurable calamity should stop for a period of time. Only some small factions will fight. Isn't this the gathering of heroes? It's too dangerous. Would the big shots let their disciples spar to liven things up? Would Hanju have to face the situation of pretending to be weak or face slap factions? No! He couldn't go! Hanju organized his words and said, Your Majesty, actually, I don't lack anything now. Leave the spot to Long Hao. The Heavenly Emperor said, Hauer has already obtained such an opportunity. He's cultivating with the vice sect master of the Chan school outside the 33rd heaven. You think you don't lack anything, but you do. What you lack is a comprehension of the great Tao. You have the great Tao of life and death in your body, but you actually can't do anything about it. The great Tao of life and death has never been strengthened in your body, so you can't completely control it. Hanju frowned and was speechless. The Heavenly Emperor continued, "You're only at the Emperor realm now and can't sense it. After reaching the deity realm, you will no longer cultivate the spirit chi of heaven and earth, but the great Tao. The great Tao can't be comprehended by hiding in a cave abode. The great Tao is outside the heavenly Tao. Strictly speaking, the great Tao of life and death in your body is not the true great Tao. It's only a type of derivation. Head to the 33rd heaven and listen to the preaching, and you can capture the comprehension of the great Tao. After that, you can return to cultivate in peace." He paused for a moment and said with deep meaning, "I can still bring you there now. If I die in the calamity, you'll be alone the next time you want to go. It'll be even more dangerous then." This tone, why did it feel like he was saying his last words? Hanju asked, "Can I let my clone go?" "Nonsense, that's disrespectful to mighty figures. The eternal mighty figures outside the 33rd heaven are revered by me. You have to go. Once you're there, you will understand my good intentions," the Heavenly Emperor said firmly. Hanju smiled bitterly. He added, "Then don't make me fight with other disciples or brag about my talent." This was his bottom line. If the Heavenly Emperor didn't allow it, he wouldn't go even if he was beaten to death. What are you thinking of? You still want to fight? This is a land of peace for mighty figures. A junior like you doesn't even have the right to speak. The Heavenly Emperor snapped. He felt that there was something wrong with Hanju's mind. He always imagined all sorts of illogical scenes. Hanju said helplessly, "All right, when are we going? Where are we meeting?" The Heavenly Emperor smiled. "In a few decades. At that time, I will send you a dream and tell you the location of our meeting. You don't have to worry. This has happened before, but anyone who dares to pursue personal grudges at this juncture will not have a good end." Hanju nodded reluctantly. The dream ended. Hanju opened his eyes with a complicated expression. Will nothing really happen? Hanju suddenly thought of something and muttered in his heart, "Will my life be in danger when I listen to the Tao this time?" If there was any danger, he would not go. Even if he offended the Heavenly Emperor. 100 times, 0 times years of lifespan will be deducted. Do you want to continue? A mere 100,000 years? Continue. Hanju made a very generous decision. Immediately after, a line of words appeared in front of him. You won't be in danger. Hanju heaved a sigh of relief and silently agreed to go to the Tao lecture, obtaining a great Tao fragment. I still have to be cautious. I can't trust the system completely. Hanju thought silently. If what the Heavenly Emperor said was true, he indeed had to go. This would involve the cultivation of the deity realm. Hanju stopped thinking and continued cultivating, waiting for the Heavenly Emperor to dream again. 10 years later, Hanju took out the Book of Misfortune and started to do his daily missions while checking his emails. Your good friendly Dao Kong was attacked by a Divine Palace mighty figure, X45. Your disciple Long Hao has comprehended the great Tao. His cultivation has increased greatly. Your grand disciple Fang Liang accidentally entered a mysterious forbidden land and concealed his own heavenly secrets. Your good friend Di Tai Bai was attacked by your good friend Heavenly Emperor. He died and his Tao dissipated. Your disciple Su Chi's cultivation has broken through. He has sensed the heavenly Tao and his divinity has increased. Your good friend Huang Zuantian has received guidance from a mighty figure of the Jie school. His cultivation has increased greatly. Your good friend Pen Xian was attacked by a mighty figure and was severely injured. Hanju noticed that Di Tai Bai was killed by the Heavenly Emperor and his heart skipped a beat. This fellow was really a spy. Hanju immediately checked his interpersonal relationships and discovered that Di Taibai's portrait was still there, but his face changed, and so did the introduction. Immortal Emperor Samsara, cultivation unknown. Because you inherited his legacy, he has a favorable impression of you. Current favorability, 4 times stars. Hanju showed a frown. This fellow is not only an immortal emperor? Forget it. I can't be bothered with him. He doesn't hate me, anyway. Hanju thought. The heavenly emperor had his principles and didn't expose him. Hanju also noticed that Pan-Xin was severely injured. Ever since this powerful existence that even the heavenly emperor feared had left the Sword Dao River, he had been beaten many times. Every time Hanju saw him getting beaten, he felt very strange. It felt like a low-level player spying on top-tier NPCs. A month later, Hanju put down the Book of Misfortune and called Dao Comprehension Sword in. Master, Liao defeated Tu Linger. Dao Comprehension Sword said excitedly. Ever since she had obtained the ancestral Magus Tower, Tu Linger had been the overlord of the hidden sect. None of the disciples could defeat her. Everyone was unconvinced and thought that she had relied on a Dharma treasure. Even so, they couldn't defeat her. Liao's victory made them feel very relieved. Hanju clicked his tongue in wonder. This girl is quite powerful. Dao Comprehension Sword said excitedly, yes, she used the first level of the Heavenly Sword Dao. She's too powerful. I really have to work hard and target her. Hanju responded. He wasn't too surprised. Tu Linger spent most of her time cultivating. She also trained in the mortal world, unlike Liao. This fellow had killed her way from the mortal world to the immortal world and then all the way to the reroll world. Her combat talent was unquestionable. It just so happened that Tu Linger needed to be taught a lesson. She had indeed been a little too smug recently. Dao Comprehension Sword saw that he wasn't in the mood to chat and stopped disturbing him. Silence returned to the Khanate cave abode as the two continued cultivating. In the Sword Dao River, Liu Bei meditated and cultivated like a stone statue. He didn't move, no expression could be seen on his face. Feeling something, he suddenly opened his eyes. A figure appeared in front of him, startling him so much that he suddenly stood up. You changed your body? The other party was surprised. It was the Pan-Xin that Hanju had mentioned earlier. Liu Bei recognized his voice and hurriedly bowed. Senior, why are you back? What? I can't come back? Of course you can. Where's your main body? Didn't he come to see you? He's cultivating. Okay, continue. I'll find a place to rest. Pan-Xin turned around and walked to a corner of the Sword Dao River. Then, he sat down with his back facing Liu Bei. His shoulders shook, and it was unknown what he was doing. Liu Bei was a little nervous. He wondered if Pan-Xin's arrival would attract trouble. He thought for a moment and still told Hanju. After Hanju learned of this, he asked him to calm down and pretend he didn't see Pan-Xin. Liu Bei could only give up. 5 years later, another person arrived. It was the second disciple of the human school, Li Xianao. Li Xianao glanced at Pan-Xin and then looked at Liu Bei. Are you the current owner of the Sword Dao River? Liu Bei sized up Li Xianao and sensed that he was very strong. He said wearily, I'm not. I'm just helping to guard it. If he couldn't win, he would give in and avoid being beaten to death. Li Xianao asked, who is the owner? Call him over. Liu Bei asked, what's the matter? I want to obtain the Sword Dao River. He can negotiate with me or not. I'll snatch it directly, then. Li Xianao spoke very casually, not caring about Liu Bei at all. Liu Bei looked terrified and said nervously, this isn't good. My master is an immortal god of the heavenly court. If you do this, you will offend the heavenly emperor. Li Xianao said disdainfully, offend the heavenly emperor? Even the heavenly emperor has to give in to me. Liu Bei shook his head. I don't believe it. If the Heavenly Emperor allows it, I'll agree on behalf of my master. Really? Li Xian'ao raised his hand, and a Heavenly Dao token appeared in his hand. Soon, the Heavenly Emperor's voice came from the Heavenly Dao token. What is it? I heard that the owner of the Sword Dao River is an immortal god of the Heavenly Court. I want the Sword Dao River. Can you give it to me? Li Xian'ao asked with a confident expression. He was invited into the Heavenly Court by the Heavenly Emperor, after all. The Heavenly Emperor replied, No, you can ask for something else. Li Xian'ao's expression froze. Liu Bei heaved a sigh of relief. The distant Pen Xian couldn't help but turn around. Li Xian'ao said in a low voice, Didn't you agree to provide all the resources we want? Everything else is fine, but not when it comes to that immortal god. He's stronger than us? Li Xian'ao was silent. Although he was arrogant, he wasn't stupid. No matter how strong he wasn't invincible in the Heavenly Court. Ha ha ha. Pan Xian suddenly couldn't help but laugh wantonly. Li Xian'ao's face instantly turned ashen. Liu Bei became nervous, afraid that he would suddenly erupt. Li Xian'ao snorted coldly and finally chose to leave. Pan Xian looked at Liu Bei and smiled. I didn't expect that kid to have such a background. How interesting. Liu Bei nodded slightly but did not reply. Pan Xian felt that it was boring and couldn't be bothered to say anymore. He turned around and continued doing his own thing. Liu Bei continued cultivating. Inside the Khanate cave abode, Hanju learned everything from Liu Bei. He was even more displeased with Li Xian'ao. After gouging out the chaotic heavenly dog's eyes, he still wanted to snatch his territory? He's asking to get killed. I'll definitely deal with you in the future. Hanju thought silently. He couldn't curse Li Xian'ao immediately. It'd be too obvious. 10 years later, Dao Comprehension Sword sensibly stood up and left. Hanju didn't even need to say anything. Hanju took out the Book of Misfortune and started cursing Li Xian'ao. 7 days later, he stopped cursing. He had lost 500 times million years of his lifespan. He checked his emails as he recuperated. Your good friend Ji Xianshan killed a son of heaven and earth. His providence has increased greatly. Your good friend Huang Jihao was attacked by Jia school cultivators, X10769. Because of your curse, your enemy Li Xian'ao is ravaged by mental demons. His sword heart has turned evil. Your good friend Li Daokong was attacked by a divine palace mighty figure, X18. Your disciple Wang Hao has comprehended the great Tao and learned a mystical power. He has gained enlightenment from the heavenly Tao's providence. Your good friend Huang Zuntian has comprehended a mystical power. His cultivation has increased greatly. Your good friend Primordial Chaos Heavenly Devil has successfully possessed a body. He has transformed into a Buddha. Seeing that Li Xian'ao was cursed, Hanju was relieved. He noticed that Ji Xianshan had actually killed a son of heaven and earth. He was quite something. However, being a son of heaven and earth was not ridiculous. Perhaps it was one from the mortal world? As expected of someone who had to face the calamity. Hanju looked forward to how strong he would become in the calamity. I hope you can survive, Hanju thought. He didn't want all his friends to die after this calamity ended. Hanju continued cursing the heavenly Tao Buddha and the demon emperor. After cursing, he continued cultivating. He wanted to become stronger before he went for the Tao preaching session. Another 20 years passed. The heavenly emperor finally contacted Hanju and asked him to go to the void where the reroll world was located. He would fetch him there. Hanju gathered all the disciples and told them about his trip. Wow! Listening to the Tao outside the 33rd heaven. Sect Master, this is a huge opportunity. I didn't even have the chance to obtain such a qualification in the demon court, the Black Hell Demon Lord said enviously. Duan Hongshan also revealed a look of envy. Although he had slept for a period of time, in his era, Those who could go to the 33rd heaven were almighty figures. The other disciples were very curious about what was happening outside the 33 times heavens. Hanju said, "I'll tell you when I'm back. I'm leaving." With that, he jumped out of the netherworld. The disciples surrounded the black hell demon lord and listened to him talk about the legends outside the 33 times heavens. Hanju left the heavenly puppet in the Khanate cave abode to prevent any accidents from happening on Hidden Sect Island. After a long while, Hanju moved along and finally arrived at the void where the reroll world was previously. Not long after, the Heavenly Emperor appeared. 2 others were at his side. They were the Divine General and Long Jun. The Divine General was as powerful as Hanju imagined. Long Jun was also very powerful. He was quite similar to Long Shan and Long Hao and was even more stable and imposing. This was the first time the 3 of them had met. The Heavenly Emperor introduced them briefly before sweeping them away. They entered a mysterious and dazzling space. They were wrapped in the Heavenly Emperor's dermic powers. Everything around them was rapidly retreating as if they were traveling through a spatial tunnel. The Divine General stared at him and smiled. "I didn't expect you to be willing to come out. I've heard too much about you." Long Jun was also very curious. He was the crown prince of the Heavenly Court and could naturally obtain the trust of the Heavenly Emperor. He had also heard of Hanju from him. Hanju coughed and said, "I'm afraid of death, but I had to give the Heavenly Emperor face this time." The Heavenly Emperor snorted. "This kid actually rejected me. If I didn't force him, you wouldn't be able to see him now." Hanju was embarrassed. The Divine General and Long Jun were at a loss whether to laugh or cry. This fellow was really strange. Along the way, Hanju did not say much. He was extremely nervous, afraid that a mighty figure would suddenly attack. The Divine General, Long Jun, and the Heavenly Emperor chatted happily. Hanju was secretly anxious. This felt like he was on a bus and saw the other passengers chatting with the driver. "What are you afraid of? You're so tense." The Heavenly Emperor glanced at him and snorted. He felt that he was not trusted. "I'm bringing you there myself. Are you afraid of being attacked? How strong am I in your mind?" Hanju said, "It's always good to be cautious. We can't be too careful." Long Jun shook his head and laughed. The Divine General nodded in approval. The Heavenly Emperor didn't say anything else. About an hour later, they arrived and soared into the sky. They passed through layers of clouds. Hanju looked up. The sky seemed endless. How high is the sky in the immortal world? Hanju was curious. Soon, he felt that he had passed through an invisible pressure layer. The sky suddenly rose and was no longer so blue. Then, Hanju felt pressure. At that moment, he felt like he was advancing on the Sword-Dao River. The more he advanced, the greater the pressure. After passing through the 18 layers of pressure, the sky became dark. Lightning flashed and thunder rumbled. Hanju vaguely saw thunder dragons churning in the sea of clouds. It was a spectacular view. Along the way, Hanju unknowingly arrived at the 27th layer of heaven. There, torrential rain poured down. It was a dermic rain that could erode one's dermic powers. Even an immortal emperor couldn't withstand it for long. When Hanju heard the Heavenly Emperor's introduction, he was shocked. If the 27th heaven was already so terrifying, how terrifying was the 33rd heaven? At the same time, he had a thought. No one would disturb him if he cultivated here. No wonder those mighty figures hid outside the heavens. When I become a Zenith Heaven cultivator, I'll move here and stay away from the conflicts of the worlds. Hanju thought silently, and his eyes were filled with anticipation. Soon, they passed through the 30th heaven and arrived. Hanju felt the power of the heavenly Tao. It was extremely oppressive and made him shiver in fear. Looking up, he couldn't see anything. It was like the void, but there was a strange and oppressive force that made him uncomfortable. 31st heaven. The sky was like dusk. There was no sun, and it was as beautiful as a painting. The pressure also vanished. Sar and heaven. Hanju couldn't see anything. When he opened his eyes again, he heard the Heavenly Emperor's voice. We've arrived at the 33rd level. We're here? Hanju was puzzled. He hadn't seen the scenery of the 32nd heaven clearly. He focused his gaze and saw nothing on the 33rd. There was only a slowly flowing cloud and mist. The light was dim and he could see things. Here, Hanju couldn't feel any spirit chi. He frowned. How could he cultivate here? Could it be that he had to focus on cultivating the Great Tao? Hanju sensed with his heart but couldn't feel anything. The Heavenly Emperor no longer rose but flew in a certain direction. Not long after, Hanju saw a palace. Niwa Imperial Palace. Hanju was secretly vigilant. Tai Sutian in Niwa Imperial Palace was interested in him. Back then, she had abandoned the heaven-mending stone and planned to give it to him. This scheming was too terrifying. Even if the other party might not have any ill intentions, he had to be careful. Niwa Imperial Palace once produced a sage. It has a long history and a deep foundation. The Heavenly Emperor gave a simple introduction. It was clearly the first time the Divine General and Longjun had come here. They looked at Niwa Palace with curiosity. Niwa Imperial Palace was huge. The door alone was 10,000 feet tall and majestic. One could faintly hear the sound of water dripping. 5 minutes later, Hanju saw another palace, the Great Pure Hall. Compared to Niwa Imperial Palace, the Great Pure Hall was not small and was filled with a faint sandalwood fragrance. Hanju noticed that the Heavenly Emperor wasn't moving quickly, as if he was deliberately leading them around. He seemed to be wary of the Great Pure Hall and did not explain further. An hour later, Hanju saw no less than 10 palaces. He suddenly felt so tiny. Or rather, the entire immortal world was very tiny. Although the four great powers fought endlessly and devoured the myriad worlds, none of them dared to speak loudly here. Finally, Hanju saw the great ultimate hall. Hundreds of figures had already gathered in front of the hall. Most of them made Hanju feel very dangerous. The Heavenly Emperor brought them to the steps in front of the hall and said, "All of you, wait here." In an instant, many divine senses swept past Hanju. He had adjusted his cultivation to rank 1 immortal emperor before coming. After all, it would be too abrupt if his cultivation was too low. A rank 1 immortal emperor wasn't at the bottom here. Hanju even saw a Grand Unity Golden Immortal. I hope that no one will jump out and find trouble with me, Hanju thought silently. He didn't even dare to look at those mighty figures. The Heavenly Tao Buddha and the Demon Emperor were definitely here. He couldn't attract their attention. "You're here." A voice entered Hanju's ears. He turned around and saw a white-robed youth staring at him. This aura. The chaotic physique, Tao Sovereign. Hanju remembered his aura. He nodded slightly at him and didn't want to talk. "Don't come over. Don't introduce me to anyone." Hanju was extremely nervous. Tao Sovereign had the chaotic physique. He was a top prodigy and was even stronger than Long Hao. If he was related to him, Hanju would definitely be noticed. Tao Sovereign had an indifferent personality. Seeing that Hanju had no intention of speaking, he couldn't be bothered to send a voice transmission. Long Jun chuckled. "It's definitely safe here. There's no need to be nervous." Hanju agreed. How could there be trouble in front of the mighty figures? The more nervous he was, the more he felt that something was wrong. Hanju immediately relaxed. He looked calm on the surface, but he was still nervous inside. As the master of the heavenly court, the Heavenly Emperor attracted a group of mighty figures. Hanju heard their conversation as they talked about the situation of the immeasurable calamity. One person was at odds with the Heavenly Emperor. It was probably the Demon Emperor. His aura was too strong. "Junior brother, this is the junior that I like." Li Daogong's voice floated over. He and Li Shenao walked towards Hanju. His heart skipped a beat. Crap! Li Xianyo stopped in front of Hanju and the other two. He sized him up and snorted. I can't see anything amazing. That's right. It means that he has a method that even you can't see through. Li Daogong's answer made Hanju speechless. Brother, are you sick? Must you draw hatred towards me? Li Xianyo snorted and left. Li Daogong winked at Hanju and said, after you think it through, look for me anytime. Hanju could only nod politely. After the fellow disciples left, the divine general asked curiously, do you know them? Hanju replied, not really. Senior Li is a mighty figure. He's not someone a junior like me can reach. The divine general smiled and did not ask further. Long Jun looked around, thinking about something. Time passed quickly while Hanju waited nervously. After an unknown period of time, the door to the great ultimate hall opened with a bang, and a wave of ancient bells sounded. Everyone, enter the hall. An old voice sounded in Hanju's ears. He turned around and discovered that the mighty figures in front of the door were the first to enter the hall. The door was bright and he couldn't see the situation inside. Hanju muttered, His Majesty the Heavenly Emperor is not bringing us? Long Jun smiled and said, it's fine. We can't sit beside Father. We'll just follow behind the main group. With that, he walked forward. Hanju and the Divine General followed closely behind. After a few steps, a figure rushed over from behind and bumped into him. Hanju glanced at him and the other party also looked at him. The other party nodded slightly and quickly walked forward. The Void Emperor has developed hatred towards you. Current hatred points, 2 times stars. When Hanju saw the line of words in front of him, a huge question mark appeared in his mind. Damn it! You bumped into me, but you still developed hatred towards me? I want to know your background. How arrogant! As Hanju advanced, he checked his interpersonal relationships and quickly found the portrait of the Void Emperor. Void Emperor, rank 9 Immortal Emperor, son of the Demon Emperor. He has cultivated diligently for 5 million years and has a firm Tao heart. He can enter the deity realm at any time. Because you glanced at him, he is dissatisfied with you. He thinks that an ant like you should not dare to even glance at him. Current hatred points, 2 times stars. Son of the Demon Emperor? Oh. Anyway, Hanju had already offended his father. It didn't matter if he offended them further. Actually, it was fine. It was only 2 stars of hatred points. If this fellow still dared to increase his hatred points, then sorry for the following treatment. Although I'm cautious, I'm also ruthless. Hanju didn't think further and continued forward. The 3 of them were already at the back, so they were not in a hurry. When Hanju stepped into the door of the great ultimate hall, the strong light drowned his figure. He felt an unstoppable force envelop him. His feet left the ground as if he was flying. Several breaths later, Hanju felt himself land on the ground. He opened his eyes and saw rows of figures. He looked up and saw 10 rows of figures in front and 7 or 8 behind. There were mats behind each person. Hanju discovered that the Divine General and Long Jun were 2 rows behind him. The 2 of them also noticed Hanju and looked shocked. Hanju noticed their expressions and couldn't help but ponder. Could it be that this position was very particular? He continued to look and discovered that the Heavenly Emperor wasn't in the first row, but the second. The figures in the first row emitted light, making it difficult to see their true appearance. The others were also looking around. Some were shocked, some were disappointed, and some were in disbelief. No one said anything. Under the silence, Hanju found it quite funny. He didn't dare to laugh and sat down. Oh? This mat is not simple. Hanju was surprised to find that the mat beneath him was even higher ranked than the one in the Khanate cave abode. Endless immortal chi automatically surged into his body, pouring in neither too much nor too little, making him feel very comfortable. The hall was very big. Even after accommodating hundreds of people, everyone was still tens of feet apart. It was very spacious. Above him was a strong light, He couldn't see the top of the sky. The light fell and was extremely warm. At this moment, a vast pressure descended, suppressing everyone until they sat down. At the front, an old figure had suddenly appeared facing everyone. He wore a gray robe and had white hair and a youthful face. His eyes were closed as if he had experienced the passage of time and seen through the mortal world. He had an indescribable bearing. "Greetings, Ancestor Shitian." The big shots in the second row shouted in unison. Everyone in the back hurriedly bowed. Hanju reacted quickly and bowed. "Ancestor Shitian?" Hanju secretly felt that it was impressive. He immediately used the simulation trial to test everyone present and copied their data. After the system upgraded, not only could it copy the enemy's data with the Dao field as the center, but it could also copy the data of the surrounding people with itself as the center. Ancestor Shitian, Cultivation Unknown, Transcendent Dao Expert. Emperor Red Dust, Cultivation Unknown, Immeasurable Emperor. Master of the Divine Palace, Cultivation Unknown, Immeasurable Emperor. Demon Emperor, Cultivation Unknown, Immeasurable Emperor. Most of them had unknown cultivation levels. Hanju was extremely excited. He didn't have to worry about not having any opponents in the future. Ancestor Shitian slowly said, "Since I attained the Tao, I have already passed 9 immeasurable calamities. Before the calamity each time, I will preach the Tao here and bring benefit to all living beings. How much you can gain will depend on your own comprehension talent. The great Tao I'm preaching this time is karma. I heard that the Dark Forbidden Lord is using curses to control the immeasurable calamity. Curses belong to the Tao of karma. Dark Forbidden Lord?" Hanju was speechless. He didn't expect to hear one of his secret titles here. Upon mentioning the Dark Forbidden Lord, the Demon Emperor, the Heavenly Tao Buddha, and many others revealed looks of displeasure. Some also revealed looks of reverence. Ancestor Shitian continued, "In karma, there is cause and effect. The communication between all things is the cause, and the end of communication is the effect. The Tao of karma transcends the Tao of the Heavenly Tao. It's illusory and difficult to find. Legend has it that before the creation of the ancient gods, the 3,000 great Tao all had spirits. The spirit of karma was born from the battle of the 3,000 great Tao." Hanju was entranced. The voice of Ancestor Shitian had a magical power that could allow his consciousness to quickly enter the Tao comprehension state. This state was extremely profound. Hanju couldn't help but begin to circulate the primordial chaos reincarnation great Tao. The speed at which the stellar primordial body absorbed the negative karma of the 36th grade reincarnation world destruction Black Lotus increased. Ancestor Shitian seemed to sense something as his gaze landed on Hanju. He took just a quick glance. Hanju couldn't hear the rest of Ancestor Shitian's words. He was in a state of epiphany as countless thoughts and insights erupted in his mind. This situation was just like when Hanju fused with the Great Tao fragment. This was the Great Tao insight. Hanju didn't notice that his cultivation level started to increase. The map beneath provided him with an endless stream of immortal chi as long as he needed it. Not only Hanju, but the others in the hall also fell into a state of epiphany, including the Heavenly Emperor, the Demon Emperor, and the other mighty figures. In less than a year, a Grand Unity Golden Immortal had stepped into the Emperor realm. Time flew. Year after year passed. Hanju didn't notice the passage of time. After a certain period of time, Hanju suddenly woke up when the lecture ended. It was not only him. Almost everyone felt as if they had just woken up from a dream. Hanju regained consciousness. He was pleasantly surprised to find that his cultivation level had broken through to the rank 6 Immortal Emperor realm. So fast? Hanju checked his attributes panel. Name, Hanju. Lifespan, 3 times, 951 times 1 times, 25 times, 999 times, 999 times, 999 times, 999 times. Race, Immortal. stellar primordial body, cultivation, rank 6 reincarnation immortal emperor. According to his lifespan, this Tao session took 49 times years. His lifespan had increased to a quadrillion years. Hanju developed a favorable impression of ancestor Shitian. His favorability towards the heavenly emperor increased. Hanju finally realized that the heavenly emperor was right. If he didn't come for the Tao preaching this time, it would have been a huge loss. Not only that, but Hanju also felt an additional power in his body. Power of the Great Tao. Great Tao of Karma. In the primordial world, the Great Tao of Karma filled the air. The Great Tao of life and death did not dare to approach. This feeling was very strange. The Great Tao of Karma was like the 36th grade reincarnation world destruction Black Lotus. Although it existed, Hanju couldn't control it. In these 49 times years, 732 times fellow Taoists comprehended the Great Tao of Karma, of which 19 times have already grasped it, ancestor Shitian said. His words shocked Hanju. There were less than 1,000 of them, but more than 700 had comprehended the Great Tao of Karma? Hanju almost vomited blood. He thought that he was a genius with an unparalleled stellar primordial body. What was even more exaggerated was the 19 times mighty figures who directly grasped the Great Tao of Karma. Who could withstand this? Fortunately, I came. If I didn't, the Great Tao of Karma would have slipped by me, Hanju thought silently. Ancestor Shitian continued, in the next 10 years, all of you can ask questions. The first row can ask 3 questions, and the second row can ask 2. After that, each person can only ask 1 question. We'll follow this sequence. He could even ask a question? Hanju hesitated. What should he ask? Should he bluff his way through or seize the opportunity to ask something he really needed to know? He would listen first. Ancestor, is it better to cultivate the Great Tao or the Heavenly Tao? A mighty figure in the first row asked. This question attracted everyone's attention.